Ferrilli Days 2013 marks my one-year anniversary with the FIG team. I joined Ferrilli after spending 7 years at Hamilton College, a private, selective, liberal arts college with about 1,800 undergraduate students. Hamilton is a great place to work, and my house is right down the hill. So why Ferrilli? Although I was happy at Hamilton, I felt the need to challenge myself and propel my career forward. I was excited by the prospect of traveling, facing new challenges, meeting new people, expanding my skills, and perhaps most of all, working with smart professionals. My first gig for FIG was back at Hamilton. I continued work on the HR payroll implementation that had been in progress before I left. This afforded me a smooth transition, kind of an orientation period, and was a win-win. Ferrilli got back a former client, and Hamilton retained a valuable resource. Accidental FA expert. During last year's FIG Days presentation, I purposely highlighted past technical work for FA. Somehow or another, this led to my being billed as an FA expert. One of the prevalent themes of working for Ferrilli is pushing outside of your comfort zone. Fortunately, and no doubt purposefully, Rob was on site with me at DMU and Mass Art, providing an orientation of sorts. The FA director at DMU started calling me Bobby because she thought I looked like Bobby Kennedy. During this time of the year, there was a heavy focus on becoming familiar with the Ferrilli compass. I practiced one compass point, the magic moment, by giving Aurelio a San Antonio Spurs frisbee. This was at Mass Art. He had a collection of frisbees on his wall, and we had some discussions about basketball and his being a Spurs fan. The key to magic moments is forethought, like sending birthday cards rather than just saying happy birthday. My first full week on site without support was at Victor Valley during the annual FA setup. In retrospect, my pacing was too slow. The downstream effects from having projects spill over can be very difficult to recover from. It really produces a domino effect. Art thought I looked like Mark Wahlberg. They still call me Marky Mark. Gina said Rob reminds her of Seth Rogen, especially the laugh. Victory University. This project played some role in 3 departures that I know of. Props to the entire team that persevered and brought victory to success. Sometimes rave is easy, and with some clients you need to actively work at it. WTF is recruiter. Big project for Capital University with 2 distinct phases. The first phase was upgrading the various components. This phase had some major issues. Immediate service recovery was put into action. By the end of this phase, there were at least 8 different people from Ferrilli lending a hand in one way or another. That's about 25% of the company. The next phase for Capital Recruiter Project was training. I knew little about the product, but was fortunate to have Ross assigned to the case as well. This was again outside of my comfort zone. I was perceived as the expert trying to teach something that I didn't really know. But that's part of the Ferrilli way. And it makes you come up to speed quickly. If you're in Columbus or any other city that has one, I recommend checking out the World of Beer. The late spring gave me a reprieve from stepping outside of my comfort zone. I was back at Hamilton College working on a project for the Dean of Faculty's office, who had been maintaining sort of a shadow HR database. You can see Bloomfire for more details about this project. Next came some coding work for Camden. This project was to make a merge program written by another consulting agency, SQL compliant. They'd been using the solution and were happy with it and wanted it to be available when they go to SQL. Safety is something we shouldn't ever compromise, but it's important to note that safety is relative and not always predictable. LifeWest. On to LifeWest Chiropractic. They were in financial trouble a few years back and hired a new president from New Zealand. This brought in a sea change, resulting in a significant increase in enrollment and clearing house with regards to IT. One significant part of the cleaning house is the plan to convert from Colleague to CAMS by 3 Rivers in the spring. They're still using Colleague, but the contract expired a few months back. Safety is relative. Managed risk is sometimes a more accurate description. Thanks for listening, and I hope you all have an exciting and rewarding Ferrilli Days and a great 2014.
Created using Powtoon.